morning. It is a beautiful day thanks to Ian and the magic that he created from you two on the piano. So good morning. Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Buffalo. Friends, neighbors, family, casual acquaintances, and passers-by, we all take joy in our presence together today. Deep gratitude for you guys out on YouTube, our pew goers, and everybody in between. This space of worship, whether electronically or in person, is a welcoming space, and we are enriched by each other's presence no matter what path we took to get here today. Welcome. And we acknowledge that the land upon which we worship today sits on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee, original nations of this land who continue to fight for justice and self-determination. My name is Julie Taylor, and I am a member of this congregation. I'll be giving the sermon today, and my worship associate is the incomparable Alex Gaiutza, or Alex G. I am so thankful for her enthusiasm and support, and I'm also very thankful for the tech team and the ushers and the office staff, and especially the music program today, who has come together to give us a rather eclectic mix of music. It's wonderful. And there are so many others whose names are spoken and unspoken. This long list of gratitude is truly a sign that ours is a vibrant community with a myriad of people to reach out and help. Speaking of helping, there is a lot of ways to get you involved, and I encourage you to read the e-blast on our website. From hosting the welcome table to volunteering to assist at the memorial reception for Elizabeth Cursons, I think it's April 25th, and she was a longstanding member of this congregation, to the waterside cleanup with Buffalo Niagara Waterkeeper. There are so many ways to get involved. And Bonnie Collins would like us to remember that today the grief group is meeting in the Gardner room next to the kitchen. From noon until 1:30, all are welcome. Grief is meant to be shared, and Bonnie Collins is sitting right there if you'd like to stop in and share some grief with us all. One thing that is very interesting that I saw in our information is Singing Resistance, which will happen this Thursday, April 16th from 1 to 3 in the Alliance Room. I recently read something. It's Saturday? Why is it April 16th? It's Sunday. I like you. All right, so let's go Saturday, April 18th. So even if it says the 16th, come on Saturday between 1 and 3. One of the things that I read is that pamphlets and flyers can be torn down, books can be burned, even though that gives us a little heebie-jeebies, but songs can never be silenced. The power of music is truly amazing, and Singing Resistance is a power skill that we can cultivate together for our shared future. Speaking of music, here is Jessie Downs.
Good morning, everybody. This is a reminder that our cabaret, which was originally scheduled for February, has been rescheduled for this coming weekend. So that's this coming Friday and Saturday. It's a big fundraiser for the church's operating budget, so it is a way to give to our community in a financial support way. It's also a way to celebrate and acknowledge all of the volunteer efforts that make this event possible, from the people running the door, preparing and serving the food, and of course, our music staff and music volunteers who provide an incredible program of music. This year is really fun, and we're pulling out all the stops. We're taking beloved songs from a variety of eras, and we're doing them in genres that are different from the genres genres they were originally written in. So it's very fun and quirky and funny, and a lot of hard work has gone into it. So it's not only a great way to support our community, but it's also a lot of fun. So it shouldn't be a hard sell, hopefully. So if you haven't bought your tickets yet, I think that you can still buy them after service in the parish hall. There's also a link to our Zephy page through the website, and it's been going out in the e-blast, the newsletter, all that good stuff. So if you need more information, you can talk to me, you can talk to Phil Nicolai. We can tell you more, but basically we just hope to see you there. So thank you so much for hopefully coming out this coming weekend.
So excited about the cabaret. So now let's get down to the real business. Let's get down to the business of greeting each other, our neighbors. So take this moment to find someone to connect with just right now. I got it, but I'm taking this as a backup.
Yeah, good call. All right, leave 30 more seconds.
30 more seconds.
You know how I feel about
Man, everyone knows what that bell means. This is wonderful. As Julie said, my name is Alex Gayutza. I'm your worship associate today. Super happy to be here with everyone. I would like to take a deep breath together and center ourselves for worship this morning. If anyone would like to take a deep breath with me in and, oh, we can't hear. Can you hear me? Thank you. As we take a deep breath this morning, let's take a moment to center ourselves. One deep breath in and letting it out together. As I was thinking about the call to worship this morning, I kept coming back with gratitude to the idea that we go out into the world all the time and we face all of the challenges that come our way as the world is changing so much all the time. And the thing that helps me the most is that we always come back together and we work on things together and we figure it out. This is a poem called We Whose Journeys Are Always Beginning by Marnie Harmony. We whose journeys are always beginning, we whose mission always awaits us, we whose visions are bent on loving, we gather together here. We gather as a community drawn together out of common need, each toting our own carpet bag full of treasures and dreams. We gather together seeking meaning, yearning to understand life in all of its dimensions, as it challenges and expands, as it burdens, as it consoles and heals. We gather together with questions, the kinds of questions that provoke us to the path of action. We gather with hope, the kind of hope that pulses on through uncertainty. We gather with tenderness, the kind of tenderness that can only be born from knowing human capabilities as well as human imperfections. We gather wanting certainty and having none, but we are wakeful to possibilities as we seek discernment and gentle judgment. We gather then, unbounded but close. We gather thirsting. We gather drawn to our source, our core, our creator. Come, let us worship together. And now I invite you to rise as tall as you wish, either in your seats or on your feet, bringing your heart a little bit closer to the sky as we say these familiar words together and light our chalice. They are shown above on the screen or in your order of service. We gather in loving community, inspiring one another to transform ourselves, to create a more just and compassionate world. Now please join me in singing hymn number 38, Morning Has Broken. Again, words are in the gray hymnal or on the screen above.
So today's story for all ages will be read from the pulpit today. There's no book, there's no magical story here, it's just the written word. And it's about a fox named Luma. And there once was a fox named Luma who knew her forest by heart. She knew where the sweetest berries grew, and she knew which rock stayed warm longest in the evening sun. She knew the exact tree where the wind whispered her to sleep. Everything had its place, and Luma had hers. Until one day, the river rose, not a little, not slowly. It rose fast and loud and wild, spilling over its banks and swallowing the paths that Luma had always followed. When the water finally settled, the forest was no longer the same, and Luma could not stay at her home. At first, Luma did not go far. She stayed at the very edge of her old home, pacing along the places she used to know. "This is where the berries grew," she said. "This is where my warm rock should be. This is where I belong." But the berries were gone. The rock was buried and the trees stood silent. Each day, Luma returned to the same spots, hoping they would change back. But they didn't. And each night, she felt a little more lost. Then Luma wandered farther. She found a new stretch of forest, tall trees, unfamiliar smells, strange sounds. "This is not my place," Luma said. She walked through it, but she never settled down. She drank from the stream, but she didn't trust it. She rested, but never slept deeply. "I don't know this place," she said, "and because I don't know it, it can't be mine." But days passed, and the forest waited. And one evening, tired of wandering, Luma stopped. This place wasn't perfect, and it didn't feel like home, but she was tired and missed her home. She noticed a small patch of berries, not as sweet as before, but good enough. She found a flat stone, not as warm, but still holding the sun. And then she curled beneath a tree. The tree wasn't whispering like the old one, but it was steady. Luma breathed in and out. "This place is not the same," she said, "but it still can be mine." So the next day, she explored a little more. And the next day, she listened a little longer. And the next day, she rested without watching the shadows. Slowly, the strange became familiar. Slowly, the berries tasted sweeter, the rock got warmer, the unfamiliar became known, and she felt like she belonged. And one night, as the wind moved through the trees, Luma closed her eyes and realized she was no longer visiting, she was home. The end. Let's sing our children off to class.
A portion of this month's offering will be going to Supportive Services Corporation, and we are lucky enough to hear from a representative today.
Good morning, everyone. I have the distinct pleasure of being the CEO of Supportive Services Corporation. We are a nonprofit that has been serving Erie County for the last 50 years. We offer two different programs. One is weatherization for low to moderate income households that reduce energy burden, as well as make sure that the safe is healthy and safe. We also provide an employment program for low to moderate income residents 55 and older. Through that program, we place seniors in places across Buffalo to help increase or retrain them so that they can gain employment. We have 2 different locations, one right down the street in the Housing Authority building, and then one in Lancaster. Our website is supportiveservices.org, and I cannot thank you enough for your generosity, and I will be around after the service if you have any questions. Thank you again.
There are a few ways to give, detailed on the screen and on the website, as well as simply adding to the plates that the ushers bring around in just a minute. What is important is not just how we give, but why we give. This is to support our principles, our values, and those who usher the light in a world that is often dark.
Mr. Roboto.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Mata mi made. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Himitsu o shiritai.
You're wondering who I am.
Secret, secret, I've got a secret.
Machine or mannequin.
Secret, secret, I've got a secret.
With parts made in Japan.
Secret, secret, I've got a secret.
I am the modern man.
I've got a secret I've been hiding under my skin. My heart is human, my blood is boiling, my brain IBM. So if you see me acting strangely, don't be surprised. I'm just a man who needed someone and somewhere to hide to keep me alive. Just keep me alive. Somewhere to hide to keep me alive. I'm not a robot without emotions. I'm not what you see. I've come to help you with your problems so we can be free. I'm not a hero, I'm not a savior, forget what you know. I'm just a man whose circumstances went beyond his control, beyond my control, beyond need control. I need control. We all need control.
I am the modern man.
Secret, secret, I've got a secret.
Who hides behind a mask.
Secret, secret, I've got a secret.
So no one else can see.
Secret, secret, I've got a secret.
My true identity.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo,
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 domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo,
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 domo.
domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
The problem's plain to see. Too much technology. Machines to save our lives. Machines to humanize.
The time has come at last.
Secret, secret, I've got a secret.
To throw away this mask.
Secret, secret, I've got a secret.
Now everyone can see.
Secret, secret, I've got a secret.
My true identity. I'm
Kilroy, 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 Kilroy.
Kilroy.
Incidentally, Kilroy is a reference to the hero of the song, who it was kind of like this musical experience that Dennis DeYoung of Styx wanted to do, and it was about a future dystopia where rock music was made illegal. And Kilroy was imprisoned, and in order to escape, he dressed up as a robot. So that's actually the backstory behind the song. And we'll talk a little bit more about it. But today I want to share with you a reading. And it comes out of me searching a lot on the interwebs. Because about 18 months ago, I went to this seminar where the guy who was speaking was Nicholas Thompson, who's the CEO of the Atlantic Monthly magazine. And I was a little bit cranky that day. I didn't take notes. I didn't really pay attention to him. But I do remember certain things that he said. And I tried desperately to find this particular article. But the closest that I got was between a conversation between him and a guy named Matt Wood, who is the CEO of PwC magazine. And then it was also then published into Time magazine. So it's really a conversation that's been going on about AI. And the question that was asked was, how should workers think about which parts of their job AI will eventually handle versus what they'll continue doing? And the response from Matt Wood is, one of the things that we'll all have to get comfortable with is that we're going to have to reassess our own professional identity and reassess where we take professional pride, because AI systems are going to be not just more efficient, but better than us at very specific tasks in the same way that computers are better at specific tasks today. This idea that an AI system is good for a first draft or helps us get started, all of that is true, but it will be a very small sliver of how we use AI going forward, because computers are just better at some things than us. To me, it makes all the sense in the world to lean into where computers are better. There is some onus on us to be open-minded where we see the AI outperforming us. It won't be everything. The idea that an AI is just going to completely wipe out all economically valuable work is not going to be the case, because we're not going to want that. We're not going to be on the Wall-E starship floating around on our beds choosing not to work. My bet is that we will choose to work on a set of increasingly compelling problems, and the AI systems will be there to assist us in exploring those problems. We're not there yet. The best option at the moment is to acknowledge the shortcomings and limitations in the short term and work really hard to work around those, and assume that right around the corner is an AI that never makes a mistake and is available at effectively zero cost. Not because it's coming tomorrow, but that's the path that we are clearly on.
righty. Here we are, somewhere in the middle of our service today. We are still here together in this room, listening to the same things, feeling the presence of the same people, taking in the same sights and sounds together. And together today, we hold in our hearts the family of Tim Ashton, and we remember Gretchen, Doreen, and Danny as we send prayers for his son, Nathaniel. Let's take a moment to check in. You may consider asking yourself, what am I feeling right now? Does it feel big or small? Is there a fear, a sorrow, an excitement, a joy? Let's pause for a moment. Think of one word that captures one of these thoughts. I'll give you just a second. Together, we are in this big room, so often filled with love and support. Even online, you are here with us too. I want to invite you to release some of this here, if you feel comfortable. Let us share our joys and release our worries. Let a little piece of it out of your mind and into this space. Say out loud that one word here. Each word is a tiny prayer held in love. So be it, blessed be, and let the church say, Amen.
I took my love and I took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around. And I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? around and you turn around, if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, where the landslide will bring it down. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, maybe the landslide will bring you down. Well, the landslide will bring you down.
This is a continuation of the conversation with Matt Wood from the previous reading. What type of work do you think humans will be better at than AI? I suspect that humans will continue to want to spend time with other humans. There's a real human need to band together, to discuss, debate, and reason through problems. I think the future of work looks a lot more like humans spending time on that type of activity, and a lot less time on the prep for that type of activity. The prep will probably be done one-on-one with a series of AI agents that help us be better prepared for those debates and those discussions. The prep is, my guess, going to be different. My guess is it's going to look like that sort of work. The question is not, will we retain creativity or judgment? I do think that machines will eventually be more creative than humans. Machines will exhibit a higher judgment relative to most humans. But I think it will still be that we love to get together, we love to get in front of a whiteboard and teach each other, tell stories to each other about what we think about a problem, and influence each other in small or large groups. No doubt, there will be a whole swath of AI systems that are listening in to support that debate in real time. I don't think it will ever get to the point where AI is out of the loop. Increasingly, we will rely on it to support those types of activities.
I saw some eyebrows raised. Good. A few years ago, I got a new boss. And like any overachiever, I made sure to prepare our first team meeting. I built a solid agenda with clear outcomes and, of course, an amazing icebreaker. So imagine this icebreaker. I have a superpower written on a piece of paper in a jar. You select a piece of paper, and then I want you to use a worksheet to create your own superhero identity. How did you get your power? What is your name? What are your power's limitations? When does your superpower become your super hindrance? What other power do you wish you had? The objective was to lean into a conversation about our individual strengths and how even with a superpower, we need to lean on each other, and we all need each other's wide skills so that we can accomplish more. I mean, I thought it was brilliant. My new boss draws necromancy. the ability to raise and command the dead. Turns out she doesn't know what it is, and she is afraid of everything Halloween. She turns to her phone. I think she's looking up what necromancy means, but no. When it comes time to share our superpower stories, she goes first. Well, I use ChatGPT, she says. I have no idea what she means, so I fake it. She then reads an entire story that artificial intelligence wrote for her. She did no thinking about her superpower and how to build teamwork. She undermined my learning objectives of my icebreaker, and she derailed my entire team meeting. I felt cheated and heartbroken, and for a lot of reasons, initially because she was not as brilliant as I thought she was. But this started a long, long journey for me about the use of artificial intelligence, or AI. Eventually, I went back to work for my old boss who would tell me to use AI, and I resisted and resisted. How can we sacrifice our humanity to the robots? To catch you up, for anyone who doesn't know, artificial intelligence, or AI, is technology that allows computers to learn from information and perform tasks that usually require human thinking. Instead of step-by-step programming, like input, result, AI systems recognize patterns, remember them, make decisions, and improve over time. They can understand language, recommend things, or even create content. AI is not human. It doesn't think or feel, but it can simulate certain human abilities by processing large amounts of data quickly and finding useful patterns. It's a miracle. The downside of being able to get the downside of being able to get the answer to anything instantly is that we are sacrificing the environment. The massive energy consumption of fossil fuels for huge data centers contributes to carbon emissions. The servers need massive water supplies to cool them, and the servers themselves require rare earth mineral mining for hardware, leading to electronic waste. So I'm pretty sure that many of you are squirming in your seats listening to a sermon on the nefarious AI. But chances are you've already come across it and used it. Like yesterday morning when I opened my Wegmans app and I was greeted with a choice to use an AI enhancement to create my shopping list. You may know it from name brands that include ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, Claude, and virtual assistants like Siri and Alexa. She's probably going to turn on right now. Damn it, she did! As well as some of your talking appliances and rice cookers. When you search on the internet, Google tries to get you to default to an AI search. When you call various businesses like banks and insurance company, a voice that sounds suspiciously human asks you questions, you answer, and it gives back information. If you're using my social media platform of choice, Facebook, you are reading AI-generated content, and then you share it. I know. I've read your posts. Students can use AI to complete entire assignments and write papers. Teachers can then use AI to grade the assignments. Simply give AI your grading rubric, upload your student papers, and it will do the work for you. You can ask AI to discover your ailments, list your symptoms and your medical history, and voila, robot doctor, although it does give an advisory to not use it as medical advice. I even read a story about a woman who used AI to find her true love and actually traveled repeatedly to a location where AI told her that she would meet the man of her dreams. Not surprisingly, her dream date never showed up. In fact, The story for all ages today was written by ChatGPT. You'll find today that there's more of Alex is representing the human in all of this. She did the prayer, she researched a poem, she did everything that Alex is saying today and doing today is completely humanized. So there is an intentionality about that. Thank you, Alex, for supporting that craziness. But I hear your thoughts, so many issues with AI. One of you thought about plagiarism and intellectual property. Another worried about job loss when robots answer the phones for humans. Someone out there worried about the psychological state of a person who goes to AI to find friendship and companionship. One of you is a medical practitioner who truly worries that someone is self-diagnosing based on AI advice and perhaps delaying much-needed treatment. We are, once again, faced with disruption, just like the song Mr. Roboto back in 1983. This song became a defining expression of the cultural anxiety gripping 1980s America, as people increasingly feared and sometimes resisted advancing technology. It captured a growing concern about the loss of human connection as technology became more and more disruptive. In business theory, American academic Clayton Christensen popularized the term disruptive innovation to describe an innovation that enters at the bottom of an existing market and eventually displaces established market-leading firms. When Henry Ford began to mass-produce affordable automobiles, it disrupted, well, everything. Automobiles quickly took over as the mode of transportation, and how many carriage manufacturers do you see now? But the disruption of cars impacted public transit, the need for cross-country highways, the ability to live further from your job, the creation of suburban sprawl. We are still, 100 years later, dealing with the disruption of the Model T. Disruption has come over and over again. The personal computer, the internet, email, cell phones, digital cameras, streaming music, Netflix, and now AI. The question is no longer, will technology take over? The question is, what happens to our humanity as it does? Is a human future still possible? AI is truly a disruption. I spent a year being angry with a world that invented a machine that takes away the very essence of humanity, that can write a children's story in 2 seconds, that can do my job in a few keystrokes. I felt so defeated and without a purpose. Everything I love, everything I'm passionate about was dying because some untalented hack put a prompt to a device that's destroying our environment. I found myself sitting in a workplace that was actually exploring this horrific tool, and I found that I had a choice. I can keep doing what I've always done, or I can embrace the possibility that maybe I can use this abomination for good. Embracing possibility, and there it is. The greatest of our possibilities arise so frequently out of our greatest disruptions. Stevie Nicks, at age 27, wrote the song Landslide in 5 minutes. Her whole life was disrupted, from a dropped record deal to financial difficulties to the strained relationship with Lindsey Buckingham. She needed to embrace possibility. From the depths of uncertainty and despair seen in a landslide in the Colorado Rockies, she knew she needed to be bolder, and she and Buckingham joined Fleetwood Mac. And then Bill Clinton got elected. Just joking, that's how you know this isn't AI. Not every disruption is possibility, but pretty much every possibility begins out of some disruption. I had a baby, and she made me a kinder person. I lost a job and found a career where I didn't have to lie and cheat to be successful. My disruptive child was kicked out of daycare, schools, zoos, McDonald's, but found a spiritual home at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Buffalo. In many cases of embracing possibility, we don't know that we have to let go of something, and we don't let go of anything, especially if you've seen my attic. We clutch it. We harbor it close to our chest, afraid of it being stolen. Yet when it's ripped away, like Luma the fox, we have to choose the possible. After I wallowed in AI sorrow for a year, I reluctantly started using it. At first, it was for things I hated to do. The first task was to write my performance review. I wrote a list of accomplishments I was proud of, fed it the review prompts, and my review was done in 10 minutes. And I didn't have any of the agony I usually feel when completing a pointless task that means nothing. I found it very useful when trying to compose emails to people I didn't like. I tell it things, this person is a real jerk who never likes anything I say. AI validates me, tells me I'm a good person, and then takes my email draft and makes it sound as if I actually like the person. It's better than a thesaurus. Slowly, I started embracing AI for my passions, teaching and sermons. Last week, I did a training on systems thinking, and it took me about 30 prompts to get it right. AI kept telling me to do things one way, and I kept veering away from its directions because I'm still smarter than AI, and I still know more about how people learn, what questions to ask, and how to engage an audience in meaningful work. And if you let it, AI will do the whole thing for you. 2 weeks ago, I gave the sermon in Albion. I needed to know more about biblical theory and the debate on the divinity and the humanity of Jesus, and I asked AI for book suggestions. I read 3 books as a result of this. None of them were right for my sermon, but I did get smarter. And at every step of the way, AI kept saying, if you like, I can create a sermon that focuses on the divinity of Jesus from a Unitarian Universalist perspective. It taunts me. It offered to write my sermon for me, but there are lines I won't cross, and that's one of them. I am sure that AI could possibly write a more technically sound sermon and possibly make up some humanity, but today's sermon is real, lots of cracks and flaws, and hopefully beautiful to someone. I'm not saying that AI is a good thing, and I'm not saying that AI is a bad thing. I'm saying that AI is a thing. It's here, and it's not going anywhere. It's not going to disappear like Betamax, 8-tracks, laser discs, or disc cameras. It's going to stay around like email, the internet, or robots working in factories, or robots assisting doctors on that last surgery I had. When we ignore the present, the future has a sneaky little way of showing up and turning our world upside down. And that's precisely when we need to see a disruption for its possibilities. If you're out there mourning the loss of humanity because of the AI abomination, I invite you into the possibility of how we can grow our humanity because of AI. Alex read for us about what types of work humans will do better than AI, and it's really no surprise. The answer is building community. Humans are an inherently communal people. We survived evolution because we lived in groups, sharing food and protecting each other. Our brains release chemicals like oxytocin and dopamine when we bond with other people. We learn language, values, and even our sense of self by building relationships. And when we're isolated, we find ourselves feeling stressed and anxious. Inherent in humanity is a deep sense of belonging that AI can never truly provide. Reverend Bethany keeps saying this tagline, all of us need all of us. Reverend Joan used to tell us, you are not alone. You are never alone. Sure, AI is a disruption, but I dream of a possibility that it could lead us to truly understand the teachings of our faith community. We are not alone, and we all need each other. So we have a choice. We can avoid AI, or we can lean in and understand it. And the more we understand this disruption, the more we can embrace the possibility of leaning on each other. Because the truth is that no one carries everything on their own. There will be times when you are strong and times when you're not. There will be times when you carry others and times when you need to be carried. And in those moments, we don't turn to machines. We turn to each other. So today, let's be reminded of something simple and something true. We all need somebody to lean on. Come, let's sing. Let's sing hymn number 1021, Lean on Me. Let's remain standing as we say the words together to extinguish our chalice. As we extinguish the flame of this chalice, may we carry its light with us into the world. in the power of peace, faith, justice, and love. Go forth, and in a world of disruption, choose possibility. In moments of strength, may you be a steady hand for another. In moments of struggle, may you have the courage to reach out. And at all times, may you choose connection over isolation, because you are not alone, you are never alone, and all of us need all of us. So be a people who lean into each other. So be it, blessed be, and may the church say, Amen.
Oh, that was great. Is he going to Japan? That was a great story. Oh, thank you. Good to see you. What, if I Barbershop coded. Well, I know they do.
Probably not barbershop.
No, I mean.